Man City against Liverpool. Massive game. It's at the Etihad. I'm going to talk through what I think the starting lineups will be and where I feel like the game could be won or lost. So let's get into it. Wearing my Al Ali top today. Only one I could sort of like get in the cupboard that had some sort of relevance to Salah. So let's start with the teams. This is how each team lined up in the Champions League game. So Man City played Dortmund and Liverpool played Real Madrid. Both won the games. I think there'll be some slight changes from those games. For Liverpool, I don't think it'll be massive change. For City, I think there'll be a couple of tweaks. So let's start with the home team. We'll start with Man City. So we've got Donnarumma. I think O'Reilly stays. Gvardiol stays. I think Stones won't start. I think they'll go with Ruben Dias. I think they gave him a rest. Nunez starts. I think Nico starts. Rodri's still injured. Doku. I think Doku starts. Bradley done really well against Vinicius the other day. Will he be able to cope with Doku? It seems like he's getting better with his end product, but he's so unpredictable, right? He just causes a bit of a handful for defenders. So I think he'll start. Foden, I think, will start. It's going to be interesting if he starts Reinders or if he starts Bernardo Silva. So Bernardo Silva played the last Premier League game, but Reinders played in the Champions League. Whether he'll see that and he'll swap it, I'm not sure. The only thing with Reinders, it gives you a bit more height and it gives you a bit more legs. Kind of similar sort of stature, I believe, to Gravenberch. Savinho, I don't think Savinho will start. I wouldn't be surprised even if he goes Bernardo Silva on the right for his legs, but I just think for giving you a little bit of something different, maybe he'll go Cherky. Whether he's got the work rate, I'm not sure. I haven't watched loads of him yet, and obviously Haaland will start. I think that's how they'll start. They don't often deviate from their formation. Obviously, in possession, out possession, they do change, but I think that's how they'll start. Liverpool, obviously Alisson's still injured, so Mamardashvili, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley. I think that stays. I don't think Kirkes comes back in. He had a difficult first few games, didn't he, for Liverpool? I think the middle three stays the same. You've got Curtis Jones that will be on the bench. I don't think he comes in. Salah, I believe, will start. I know I dropped him a couple of games ago, but I think he will start. I don't think Wirtz will start. I think Gakpo will start. Again, it gives you a bit more height, a bit more of a threat from set pieces. And when I've watched him this year, I've been really impressed. I thought he's been really good. So, and I think Ekitike will start. I think Isak, apparently it's touch and go. But being that he's just been injured, he's just come back from an injury, I don't think he'll start. I think they'll go with Ekitike. It's going to be a bit of a battle, right? Can Van Dijk and Konate deal with Haaland, is the question. In and around that box, he's frightening. When Liverpool are in possession, if they're up high, they've got to watch for... Because Liverpool tend to do that quite a bit, right? They'll leave themselves exposed. If you on a 2-on-1, Haaland gets through, it's difficult to stop him, right? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that battle is going to be like. O'Reilly could be important for this game. So Salah he doesn't track back as much as other wingers. You've got Doku that will run at Bradley. He's a great dribbler of the ball. It'd be interesting to see what O'Reilly does. Whether O'Reilly comes into these pockets in midfield in an attacking sense just to make another man, You'll have Foden that I expect will try and start the game of play, but then try and pick up in some of the pockets as well. Obviously, Haaland will just try and occupy the defenders. I think O'Reilly could be really important for this one. If he comes free at some point and they're getting overloaded in midfield, is Salah going to be tracking back? I think they've got Gvardiol there on the cover. Gives you good balance, left-footed. He can cover any spaces that when O'Reilly pushes forward. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think he could be really key to this. He's a great young player. Then you've got, on the other side, whether it's Cherki, Savinho, Silva, Marmoush. I think Marmoush has come back from injury. They'll probably try and play in these sort of areas here. I can't see them being as wide as Doku. I think Doku, they tend to try and keep wide, try and stretch the defence. Nunez has got good pace. I don't think we'll see him go past too many times, but width on the right hand side I think will come from him. And you'll probably try and look to get some deep crosses in for Haaland. That player there could be really important, so you'll end up basically having two attacking midfielders off Haaland, and then Nunez will give the width if they need it. So it's a game of chess, right? I think both of these teams are really good at keeping possession of the ball. For Liverpool, I think it's going to be a tough game. You're playing away. I think there's an opportunity for Gakpo against 1-on-1 against Nunez. I think he could get the better of him. I've liked him this year. I thought he's looked really good. Szoboszlai's looked really good this year. The midfield battle is going to be really interesting, right? So you've got McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai against Nico, potentially Reinders or Silva and Foden. You'd probably look at that and say they've got, depending, if he plays Silva, I'd probably say they've got a lot more strength in the midfield. The battle's going to be pretty big. Let's be honest, Gravenberch is probably going to come in with a few fouls. Probably McAllister as well, nipping at the fouls. Nico's an interesting one. I'm not sure. I think he's a good player. I just don't know whether like this level as a 6. It could be someone that Liverpool target. Ekitike. He's come up against a couple of good defenders in Gvardiol and Diaz. So I think it'll be a tough game for him. But it's going to be interesting, right? I think my prediction is I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Man City, and Haaland's going to be involved in the goals. We know it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think the formations will be exactly as is here. If you feel like they're going to change a formation, change any personnel, let me know. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you're liking these videos, subscribe, put in a comment, and it'd be great to hear from you.